Guys, before we begin, I gotta give a trigger warning because this video I know is gonna upset a lot of people because I'm gonna say a lot of harsh, uncomfortable truths. And before I begin, I want to say shout out to Nicole Davies. Why? She's the only YouTuber, only person that I see who's commenting on Love is Blind Season 5 that is being somewhat objective. She's able to look at it from a three-dimensional lens, and that lets me know that out of all these content creators, particularly women that I've seen commenting on this Uche Lydia situation, she's by far the most intelligent one because she's able to look at the nuances. I've noticed, guys, I've been in the cut and I've been reading a lot of Reddit forums, a lot of comments on different videos. I watch a lot of videos on this, okay? And I've noticed that a lot of people want to spin a certain narrative because it's easy to paint Uche as the bad guy. And I want to say shout out to Nicole Davies once again because Shorty is really putting out good quality content. Now guys, for those of you who don't know who Uche is, he's a lawyer in his 30s on Love is Blind Season 5. Now, I'm assuming a lot of you already know who Uche is. He is the one that wanted to be with Aaliyah, but he had a previous relationship with another woman by the name of Lydia. And this whole thing has turned messy to the point now that Uche is being painted as the main villain. Never mind that Johnny lied to Chris and Izzy. Never mind that Stacy is an emotional, unavailable, mean girl that likes to bully Johnny whenever she gets a chance. Never mind that Renee and Carter didn't even make the cut, but we're not going to talk about that because we're going to talk about facts today, okay? Now, guys, I'm going to defend Uche, okay? And here's the thing. The main thing is, and I'm going to break this down like a lawyer, because I'm not a lawyer, but I'm going to break this down. So Lydia was the one who wanted to try again with Uche. And she lied to Milton and Aaliyah about it. She said that it was Milton that wanted to try, she said it was Uche that wanted to try the relationship again. That is a lie. Now, guys, you have to ask yourself this question. And the footage, the tape is there, guys, for those who need to go back to watch it. If allegedly Uche cheated on Lydia, why would she ask him to try again? Why would she ask him for another chance? See, guys, this tells me that Uche is telling the truth. Because I don't know a woman that wants to go try again with a cheater when she has other options in an experiment. That there are other men. Why wouldn't you try to meet other men? Why are you trying to meet Uche? And also, I was watching the interview yesterday that Aaliyah did with Cameron Hamilton from Season 1, where she said that both Uche and Lydia are telling their truth. And there's one key part that Aaliyah said that I believe Uche now more. Aaliyah said that Uche showed her receipts. Let me say that again. Aaliyah said that Uche showed her receipts. So to me, guys, now I believe Uche. Why is that? Number one, Uche is a lawyer. He showed the evidence and receipts to Aaliyah. Number two, Uche was not the one who lied about wanting to be or try again. That was Lydia. Now, everybody's going to give Lydia a pass and say, oh, you're being biased, blah, blah, blah. No, listen, I'm going to keep it real with you. Lydia's crazy. The fact that this woman did this whole stalking thing, it's wild to me that people don't find that crazy. I see a lot of people projecting and saying, oh, Uche is a F-boy, Uche this and that. But let's look at the facts. How did Lydia find out that Uche was going to be in the show? Now, there's a couple things that we can say. Either, number one, they conspired to be on the show together, which doesn't make sense to me because if they conspired to be on the show together, then they would have picked each other, which they didn't do. So I throw that to the bin. Sorry, Nicole, I gotta jack that. Number two, Lydia found out some way, somehow, that Uche wanted to be on the show, so she decided to be on the show as well. Now, we don't know that for sure, but I believe that one more. Now, the reality is that when people say, well, what makes Lydia crazy? Look at her behavior when Uche was trying to have a conversation with her, and then when she walked away, how she was yelling and screaming at him. Look at her behavior when Izzy rejected her, and then all of a sudden Milton, who wasn't even her second choice, let's keep it real, she had already wrote Milton off because of his age. But all of a sudden when Izzy wasn't going, what did Lydia do? Oh, Milton, I like you and I can see us together. Oh, Milton, I want you. You're the one for me, blah, blah. All that cackling and crying. But remember, she said initially, Milton is too young. Now all of a sudden, his age doesn't matter. And don't get me wrong, Lydia's a very smart woman. You know how I know she's smart? She's got a master's degree in geology. And she's got a PhD in manipulation. What you saw her do to Milton is manipulation. Now you may agree, you may disagree, but the fact of the matter is Milton wasn't her first choice. Milton wasn't even her second choice. Milton was her only choice. Because she was willing to try with Uche again. Uche wanted no parts, smart. She wanted Izzy. Izzy didn't want no parts, smart. Milton was the only option that she had. And you know what? I like Milton. Don't get me wrong. Milton grew on me, kind of like SK grew on me back in season 3. Because Milton, at first, I looked at Milton, I'm like, he's got an annoying face. But then I realized Milton is very smart because of how he handled the situation when Uche was trying to tell him about Lydia. I thought he handled it like a gangster. He handled it like a G. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. But you know what? I think in his heart of hearts, Milton knows that he should have never even be dealing with or have dealt with Lydia. Because when Lydia dropped that information, you could see it in his face. It's drama. But you know what? Once again, I'm being objective here. Milton realized, okay, well, if I'm going to go with this girl, I got to cast that to the side. But you know what? As a guy who's been there, and as a guy who's seen my friends there, these situations never end up well. Because you end up with a girl that dated one of your boys or a guy that you know, they try to give you the drop, you ignore it, and then it ends up bad for you. And we already see this happening when they had dinner and Lydia didn't want to listen to Milton, instead talk over Milton. Then when Milton healed his ground, she had to go and act all dramatic and cry. She's a woman of chaos. And honestly, I like Milton, I really do. But I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If they get married, that marriage is not going to last. Because that woman is gonna be sucking Milton's soul every day. To the point where Milton is too much of a stoic guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I think they balance each other very well. But unless Lydia cooperates with Milton, their relationship is not gonna work. Because she wants to be the leader in that relationship. And whenever you have a woman try to lead the relationship, but the man is also trying to lead and there's an internal strife, that relationship will suffer. And I know women don't want to hear that shit, but if you want to deal with a man, a real man, the man has to lead the relationship for it to be successful. Now, the last part I want to talk about really quickly is the disgusting behavior by the women when Uche was trying to talk about the Lydia situation. The way those women attacked Uche, I felt embarrassed, not just for Uche, but the women as well. That behavior is so shameful. And that behavior right there lets me know why these women are single. Don't get me wrong, they're pretty women. But season 5, I gotta be honest with you. Season 5, all these women are trash. These are the worst group of women compared to any season. Yes, they're worse than season 3. Heck, I've never thought there would be a season that would top season 4. They're even worse than Micah and the other chick in season 4. These women are some mean-spirited, drama, self-entitled, delusional women. And Uche's mistake was he didn't read the room. You're trying to tell your story to the enemy. They don't care about your situation. And this is one of the reasons I got to keep it real with y'all as a man. When people talk about, oh, men are not emotionally available, men are toxic, the reason why men are like that is because when men want to open up and tell their side, tell their truth, tell their story. This is how women treat us. Uche should have known that those women don't give a fuck about your situation, bro. If I would have been Uche, after the argument with Lydia or after I talked to Milton, I would have gone home. Because you saw how Miriam attacked them, and she's a weirdo. I don't know why people say, oh yeah, Miriam dragged them for filth. The girl is a liar. She can't even tell you what she does for a job. But people are going to ignore that. And I'm getting upset because it's weird that there's so many people, especially women, that are giving it a pass. But the reason why they're giving it a pass is because women are going to stay on code. You see that, how they attacked Uche. So even if when they know a woman is crazy like Lydia or on some fuck girl shit like Stacy, they're going to be on code. And me personally, I don't give a fuck. I told you guys before, in season 1, that one brother, I kept it real with you guys. That one brother, Carlton, when he came out as a down low brother, I told you that guy was weird. I told you guys Bartiz was a fuckboy. I kept it real with y'all. Everybody always want to talk about Brett. Okay, cool. But y'all don't want to talk about how SK literally went from behind and got Raven at the end. Now, he did drop the ball after the show. Let's keep it after the show. He did drop the ball, but nobody gave SK a chance. Except for me. Facts. And then when SK come to find out after the fact, after the show, that SK was a player, now all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, SK, I knew he was evil, I knew he was bad. Please shut up, because y'all was not saying that. None of you could even tell that SK was a player. I said it before. I said it at the beginning of the show. I'm like, you guys are underestimating SK. There's only 2 types of men that I would ever fear to leave my woman around. It's a Nigerian man, shout out to my Nigerian brothers, and a Jamaican man. Those are the 2 types of men that you should never leave your woman around. Why? Because if you leave your woman there long enough, all of a sudden your girl's panties are coming off, bro. Those men are dangerous. Hey, man. And I don't mean that as an insult. I'm just mean that as like Jamaican guys and Nigerian guys, they have game, bro. So if you leave your girl around them long enough, your girl gonna be, that's not your girl no more. But anyway, guys, I'm going to be coming with more videos because shout out to Nicole Davies again, because I see a lot of people, man. It's a black man hate season again, and nobody's talking about Stacy. Stacy is crazy too, man. That chick is, with the baby voice, yeah, she's crazy. And she's stigmatized. Nobody's talking about Lydia. That girl is crazy. Johnny, crazy. All these women this year are crazy, manipulative, entitled, delusional, or narcissistic and materialistic. This is the worst batch of Love is Blind women ever. Anyway, more to come, guys. I'm out. God bless.